Today I'm going to showcase the power of chaos and banish Ally in the Dark, Ally in the Dark, Ally in the Dark. Alright, so this is the deck that I'll be using for today, and as you can see this is a combo deck between a couple of different archetypes all together. So we're gonna start off with the archetypes that are separate from the chaos stuff, and we've got the punks. The ratios are 3 copies Yam and 1 Deer Note, 3 copies Foxy Tune, 2 copies Emergency Teleport, and that's it. Emergency Teleport also has a second target, which is the Mental Tuner. This card allows you to banish light or dark monsters from your hand or graveyard to manipulate its level. It also has a secondary effect where you can target banished monsters and return them to the graveyard to manipulate its level once again. The other archetype that I'm using here is the Thunder Dragons. I played 2 copies Dark, 1 copy Hulk, and 2 copies Roar. They are great because they have effects when they are banished, and they're also good to mill and have in hand in general, which is really good. They're also good with a lot of darkness and just great cards in general. And I also played the Bestials. We got 1 copy Magmamut, 1 copy Sarunir, 1 copy Juicewan, 1 copy Bowdrake with 1 copy Lubellion, and the 1 Regained and Beast as well. As of the Chaos cards themselves, I played 2 copies Witch, 2 copies Shell of Chaos, 2 copies Core of Chaos, 2 copies Chaos Mirage Dragon with 1 copy Chaos Dragon Levineer, the Chaos Creator, and 1 copy of Chaos Valkyria. Now the Chaos Valkyria, Levineer, and Creator don't have anything to do with the core of the deck. They're just good cards to play in the deck in general. But as of the core cards, we're gonna start with Chaos Witch. Now this card is amazing because it has one really cool effect that allows you to special summon 2 level 2 tokens that are also tuners. This effect can trigger when you tribute her, when you banish her from your hand or graveyard as well, but you can only use one of those effects, and you're locked to light or dark synchro monsters only the turn you activate this effect. This card is great because it allows you to continue extending with the tuners, and because we play so much Bestials and the Levineer and also the Chaos Creator, we're gonna definitely use the tokens to go into more synchro plays for sure. A lot of people tend to avoid this card, but I find it pretty good because it allows you to go into more plays, and it's just a good card in general for the deck because it summons more bodies to the field, which is always good. I don't know why, but some people don't really play it. Now I played 2 copies of it. Typically you could play 3 copies of, you could just not play it at all. I would suggest you play it because I had a great time playing this card, but as a 3 copies of, I find it a little bit too much since I kinda want it to be in the graveyard instead of in my hand. You could normal summon her and tribute her to special summon the tokens, but it would be way better if you can just banish her and special summon something, then trigger that effect as a bonus. Now another Chaos card that I play is the Chaos Mirage Dragon. This card basically allows you to special summon one of your banished light or dark monsters, which is really great. Again, it locks you into only light or dark synchro monsters, but it's just really great because it allows you to continue playing and extending, and even though you've banished something like Lubellion or like the other Chaos cards, you can just resummon them whenever you want to. This card also has a secondary effect which is really good, and when it's used for a synchro summon, you can target cards up to the number of other monsters used for the synchro summon and banish them. Of course this is a great removal, but I only play 2 copies of, since sometimes you might not have anything in your banish zone and it just ends up being a little useless as a card. The last Chaos engine is the Shell of Chaos with the Core of Chaos. Both of these cards can special summon themselves, this card by banishing a dark monster, this card by banishing a light monster, but this card has a secondary effect that allows you to special summon Core of Chaos that is in your banish zone, which basically means you're gonna have a level 4 with level 2 and go into level 6 synchro monster with it. You can also do the same thing with Core of Chaos. When this card special summon, you can target one of your banished Shell of Chaos and special summon it. I wouldn't suggest you play more than 2 copies of these cards since sometimes they're just not very useful because you haven't really banished anything and it just ends up being a free body at most. Now real quick, for the other extenders that I play in the deck, we've got 1 copies of Zephyrus, which is a great card for milling, 1 copy of Wyverburster with Collapse Serpent, and 1 Fairy Tail Snow. Oh, and we also got the 1 copy of Plague Spreader Zombie, which you can send off of the Immortal Dragon. That's why Immortal Dragon is here. Out of the spell cards, I play 1 Foolish, 3 Reasoning, 3 Allure of Darkness, 2 copies of That Grass Looks Greener, 3 Chaos Space with 2 copies of Emergency Teleport, 2 Cold Buy, and 1 Crossout. And in terms of the hand traps, I played 3 Maxi with 3 Ash Blossom. One engine you could use is the Lightsworn engine. It's a pretty good engine because it allows you to send something to the graveyard and continue playing from there, but Charge of the Light Brigade is a UR and I don't have it, but you definitely need 3 copies of it if you're gonna play it, with 1 to 2 copies of Raiden. It's not a necessity to play this engine. Obviously it's a good engine. I don't have it, that's why I don't play it here, but you can play it if you have the engine. Some people play it, some people don't, so it's your own decision. And as of the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Thunder Dragon Colossus, which is for the Thunder Dragon place, 1 copy of Immortal Dragon to send the Plague Spreader Zombie, 1 copy of the Chaos Beast, Chaos Archfiend, and 2 copies of the Chaos Angel. You don't need to play Chaos Angel 2 copies of, but I find that card pretty good, and it's very easy to special summon because it doesn't require you to actually have a tuner. You can treat 1 light or dark monster as a tuner. I also play 1 copy of Down Draxler, which is a really cool spell and trap card negate you can summon. The other level 7 synchro that I play is the Shooting Riser Dragon. This is a great card to send Fairy Tail Snow to the graveyard or something else if that's already in the graveyard. In terms of the level 8 synchros, I play 1 copy copy of Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 copy of Cyframe Omega, 1 copy of the Draco Berserker with 1 Chaos Ruler and 1 Chaos Archfiend that I already mentioned. Basically, only the Chaos Ruler and Chaos Archfiend are necessary for the deck, the other 3 you can switch them up if you want to. Draco Berserker is great because it's really easy to special summon and it's just a good card in general. The Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend is not a necessity, but it's a great board wipe, that's why I put it in the deck. And the Cyframe Ward Omega is actually very good in the deck because once you start comboing, you are gonna end up having additional plays to synchro summon into level 8, and this is a great card to synchro summon because you can just get rid of 1 card in your opponent's hand for free. For the rest of the synchros, I play 1 copy Borneo de Flor with 1 copy Psychic Hand Punisher and 1 copy Red Supernova Dragon. This card is great because it can gain a whole bunch of attack if you have tuners in the graveyard. Also, when your opponent activates a monster effect or declares an attack, you can banish this card and negate the effect. It does require 3 tuners to special summon, but Chaos Switch basically summons 2 of them, so that makes it a lot easier to special summon. But that was it for the deck list. Now let's get into some games and see how the deck performs. Okay, today I decided to showcase a bunch of replays because the games ended up being quite long and I don't want to make the video like 40 minutes, that's why I'm doing it like this. But this is a game that I want to showcase how versatile the deck is and how it can play around a lot of stuff. So he activated Storvy Torby and sent the Kuklak, also summoned, set the Big Welcome Labyrinth, special summoned Lady Labyrinth and set 2 more back row. And in the end phase I used my Bestios to banish both of his cards, to which he changed Max C. Unfortunately he already used his Port of Extravagance, so he doesn't draw anything. And now it is my turn. I'm gonna start the turn by activating Foolish, sending the Lubellion. He activates Dogmatic Punishment, and I was like, okay, here I lose both of my Bestios, but as you can see, he sent Utopia Lightning. Maybe he lost all of his Antithesis in the Port of Extravagance effect in the banish zone, but now I activate Saronir's effect, to which he changed Cold Buy. And even though he did all of that, as you can see in a little bit, I am still gonna be able to play through his stuff very well. I activate Lubellion, send the Beast, and then use Beast effect to destroy his Big Welcome Labyrinth. The main idea is to just force it out so I can Ash Blossom it. And here I special summon my Chaos Mirage Dragon, and I'm still able to go into Chaos Angel, and he just decided to scoop because I was going to destroy both of his cards using my 2 effects. That was a beautiful game in which I was able to play through a lot of stuff and still manage to win the game. Alright, for the second replay I'm playing against Rockets and I'm gonna speed things up a little bit. He normal summoned the Seafart and used the effect tributing the Wyvern Burster to add Lubellion, then used Lubellion to add Magma Mood. Here I don't have any hand trap, just 1 Druid Swarm. And now he summoned Magma Mood, but I chained my Thunder Dragon Dark just so I can have another one. And I chained also the Druid Swarm so I can banish the Lubellion before he can summon it. He, however, summoned the Collapse Serpent because he hard drew it as well, going into Striker Dragon, using Collapse Serpent to get the Wyvern Burster, and also getting Boot Sector Launch. Now here he does have only 2 cards left in his hand plus these, so I don't think he can go into many plays, but he still went into the Chaos Angel because you don't need a Synchro Monster to summon it, you just need 2 light or dark monsters and you can treat one as a light or dark. And he added in the end phase his own Druid Swarm. Now here I start by activating Reasoning just to see what he has. He ended up having nothing, so I get to special summon my Roar, also special summon the Mental Tuner. And this is the play that I was talking about a little bit earlier. You can activate Mental Tuner, banish something from your hand or graveyard, and I banished the Chaos Switch, which activates the Chaos Switch's effect. And he changed the Druid Swarm for absolutely no reason, just to special summon it. To which now he activates Beast to destroy my Roar, which doesn't matter, I still get both of my Tuner tokens. And here he uses the effect of Druid Swarm to get rid of my Tuner, but I'm still able to go into my Chaos Ruler because I had Thunder Dragonhawk. And now I shuffle both of my cards, draw something better, then reveal 5 and send to the graveyard everything except for the Wyvern Burster. From here I'm able to go into my own Chaos Angel, and at this point I realized that I can't deal with his Chaos Angel because he has both of the effects, so he's unaffected and cannot be destroyed by battle, meaning I need to find a way to deal enough damage to kill him. And I went ahead and tried my best to get into Psychic Hand Punisher and get to the most amount of attack damage, then proceeded to attack Striker Dragon and really deal a lot to him. I didn't end up killing him because he left on 1100 HP, and he chained Nibiru, which I don't know if you know, but you send your own Chaos Angel to the graveyard because it isn't unaffected by your cards, only your opponent's cards. But since my Chaos Angel has the same effect, he doesn't get sent to the graveyard, as well as my Psychic Hand Punisher because it's also a Synchro Monster, which was a tremendous misplay from him. But yeah, he misplayed quite badly here, and from here he just proceeded to scoop. yeah, there was just nothing he can do about it, and it was just a funny way to end the game. And for my final game of the day, I ended up playing against Thunder Dragons, and this is a ridiculously long game, so I'm gonna speed things up a little bit. As you can see, he used Chaos Space, sent the Dragon Dark, summoned the Wyvern Burster, added the Thunder Dragon, which is a great way actually to send more cards to your graveyard so you can use your Chaos Plays. I thought about that, but it ended up being 3 cards that are mainly useless in the deck, that's why I didn't do it. But since he's playing only Thunder Dragons for the most part, he can do that freely. And now he went into Seos, activated the effect of Collapse Serpent, adding the Wyvern Burster, set the Dragon Matrix, then summoned the Colossus, added another copy of it, set one back row and pass. So this is a pretty decent board from him. He has a way to deal with my adding to hand stuff and the Seos, but he didn't end up having Ash Blossom, so I got to use my That Grass Looks Greener. Now I have Fairy Tail Snow using the effect. He activated Cold Buy, but I chained it once again, and he has a Max Seed, to which I chained the Emergence Teleport so he doesn't draw that many cards. And I get to flip face down his Thunder Dragon Colossus, also special summon a Thunder Dragon monster from my deck, and this way I am able to add cards from my deck to my hand. Then I can use my Punk, Xiamen, and go into my place. But he does end up drawing a whole bunch of cards throughout the game, and we can see what he uses afterwards. He activated Seos. Now I actually summoned my Chaos Ruler just because I wanted him to use Seos. I wanted to force out the Seos so that I don't have to play around anything at this point. But moving on with the replay, I ended up shuffling the Chaos Ruler into the deck, and then I mill a bunch of cards and added Chaos Creator, which was really good because now I can use all of my banished monsters to special summon one of them. Here I went for Xiamen and summoned the Shooting Riser Dragon. He went for the Bow Drake and he banished my Shooting Riser Dragon. By the way, this was another time in which he used a Bestial and I wanted to force out the Bestial. He should have waited with it a little bit. He decided to get rid of my Shooting Riser. I don't know why, it wasn't that great of a play from him, but yeah, I just tried to force him out. Then I went into Chaos Creator, and from here I get to summon 2 tokens off of Chaos Switch because I banished it from the graveyard. And I get to summon Plague Spreader Zombie, but he changed the Druid one, which means I don't get to summon it, but at least I can go for Fairy Tail Snow and use it as a fodder material anyway, so that his Druid Swarm doesn't hit the field. At this point I realized that I need to get the most amount of damage and kill him this turn, because look at this hand, dude, this is a ridiculously big hand. And that's why I went for my plays, currently going to special summon a whole bunch of times, shuffled one card, getting the Chaos Space, which ended up being good. Here I summoned Immortal Dragon, which was not very good since I didn't have Plague Spreader in the deck. And I went for the Shell of Chaos and Core of Chaos combo, went for the Chaos Beast, got to my hand back the Collapse Serpent, which I haven't used, and that's really good for Chaos Beast that you can do that. But then I activate Immortal Dragon, to which he chains Ash Blossom. This is a really bad play because I have no longer any targets. I was gonna go for something like another Ash Blossom, and now I get to summon Archfiend and he gains 2000 attack, so he means it's just a big beefy boy to use. And then I use the effect of Fairy Tail Snow once again so I can go into my Chaos Angel, get rid of his card on the field, and that does give me 8000 on board. But I decided to continue extending a little bit just so I am protected from something like another Bestial. And imagine that he had a Bestial here, that's really important. I went for Chaos Angel and Chaos Archfiend firstly, so that if he has a Bestial, I'm gonna attack it, deal with it, and then still have game. If I went for these 3, that would have negated one of my attacks and I wouldn't have had lethal. That's really important to keep in mind, and he just decided to school because there's nothing he can do. So I played through Maxi and through all of these interruptions and still managed to win. Well, this is the end of the video. I actually had a lot of fun playing with this combo deck. Comment down below what you think about my list, things that I can change, things that you think are better than these, and just different lists. Maybe post your own list. I would love to hear from you. Also, let me know which deck is your favorite out of the new decks that came out in the selection pack. And if you enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Have a great day.